What is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video, my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over a football game for Saturday, May 13th, 2023. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you're curious to know who I'm picking in this game, you'll have to join my Patreon where my picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the pinned comment in this video below. Other than that, I wish you guys the best luck on all your picks for this game, for this day. Let's go ahead and get into the game. Going to be looking at, as it slowly loads, we're going to be looking at the XFL championship game. I've made a pick on every single XFL game this season. I've made a pick on every single XFL game in existence, so it's only right to just do this last game here for the championship game, last one for the season. The Renegades versus the Defenders. I will tell you that I did not see the Renegades being here. I thought it was going to be the Roughnecks, but here they are. So that was kind of a little bit of a surprise to me. Was not surprised the Defenders are here. But I was taken back a little bit by the Renegades. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one. But let's go ahead and get into the numbers side of it. On this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. And let's go over to the Saturday numbers. Here we go, the 13th. Gregorian Hebrew calendar. And then on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers, numbers specific to the game. The way that I have it structured here is I have the XFL championship game numbers written out. I have the location of the game, City, State, Stadium. This will be the 43rd game of the season. Right here is one team, which is the Renegades, their coach, quarterback, name Gematria, season record, all-time record as a team, as well as their postseason record as a team. In the middle is the all-time head-to-head record between the two teams, and at the bottom is the other team, their name Gematria, their quarterback, their coach, season record, all-time record as a team, postseason record as a team. And that's about what I have as far as numbers-wise goes on how it's built out. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this game. I'm going to start off with the Defenders. I'm going to go over some numbers for the Defenders to win this game, and then I'm going to go over some numbers for the Renegades to win this game. So starting off with the Defenders, if the Defenders were going to win this game, I'm going to base it based off their coach, Reggie Barlow. His name, Reggie Barlow, sums to 122. He was originally born on January 22nd, written 122. And of the day of this game, it's 111 days since his birthday. And the Defenders could become 11-1 for a season record with a win. So his name sums to 122. He was born on 122. It's 111 days since his last birthday on 122. Defenders could become 11-1 for a season record with a win. He turned 51 years old on January 22nd, 111 days ago. The words DC Defenders sums to 51. So he turns 51 years old 111 days ago on 1/22. His name sums to 122. DC Defenders sums to 51. They could become 11-1 for a season record to win it all. DC Defenders, they also sum to 57, and the Renegades would become 5-7, like 57, for a season record with a loss to go with. And then this game will be taking place in San Antonio, which sums to 122. San Antonio, 122. Reggie Barlow, 122. Born on 1/22. Turned 51 years old 111 days ago. DC Defenders, 51. Could become 11-1 for a season record with the win. DC Defenders, 57. Can make Renegades become 5-7, like 57, for a season record with the loss. The Renegades, they would be facing the Defenders team that has a quarterback that wears the number 10. Could be the reason why the Renegades get their 10th loss all time as a team. And that's about what I have in a nutshell for the Defenders side. So I think mostly it's going to come down to the coach. And the coach also has my bias number 2. I'll show you guys. Reggie Barlow. If you take his full name, Reggie Devin Barlow. Reggie Devin Barlow sums to 182. The season for the XFL began on February 18th, written 2/18 or 18/2. Could have been a look-ahead spot for Reggie Devin Barlow. Just let him know that, hey, this might be it for him. He might get the first championship win for the XFL. Reggie Devin Barlow, 182. The season began on February 18th, written 2/18 or 18/2. It also began in, let me see here. Yeah, so February 18th, first game of the season was in Choctaw Stadium. I don't even know how to say that. So it's the 2/18. So the season began on February 18th, written 2/18 or 18/2. The first game of the season was in Choctaw Stadium, which sums to 2/18. And we now potentially have a coach, Reggie Devin Barlow, which sums to 182, potentially a coach to win it all this season for the Defenders. But let's look at Bob Stoops and the Renegades. What would it take for the Renegades to win this game?
Sorry to interrupt this video, you guys, but I need a huge favor from you. Can you go ahead and like this video and leave a comment below on who you think's going to win? It's going to help with the YouTube algorithm. It's going to help grow my channel. I really appreciate you guys being here. Let's go ahead and get back into the video.
Well, for the Renegades, their quarterback, it's the 281st day of his current age. I was just talking about that number, 182, 218. Now we have a 281, it being the 281st day of Luis Perez's current age. Maybe that could work in their favor. But the Renegades, they could become 6-6 for a season record with a win. This will be a day with 41 date numerology on the Gregorian. If you write out 66, it sums to 41. So on a day with 41 date numerology, the Renegades can upset and become 6-6 for a season record with a win. 66 sums to 41. This game takes place in San Antonio. San Antonio sums to 41. San Antonio is in the state of Texas. If you write out Texas, it sums to 66. 66 sums to 41. Could be a reason why the Renegades become 6-6, like 66 for a season record with a win. They'd be facing a team that has a quarterback named Jordan Tamu, which sums to 179, the 41st prime number. And then, of course, you can say 41. If you write it out, sums to 46. And the word Defenders sums to 46. So this could be an upset narrative for the Renegades here to become 6-6 with that 41 connection. On top of that, this is the XFL Championship game. XFL Championship game, if you write it out, sums to 89. Arlington Renegades, if you write it out, also sums to 89. The Arlington Renegades can become 8-9 for a record all-time as a team by winning the XFL Championship game, which sums to 89. XFL Championship game sums to 314 as well. And the Defenders would become 3-14 or 13-4, excuse me. 3-14, they would become 13-4 for a record all-time as a team with a loss. 13-4, like 134. XFL Championship game, 314. These are just anagrams of each other. Then it also sums to 89. Arlington Renegades, 89, can become 8-9. So really, the XFL Championship game words 314 and 89 could become the all-time records for the teams. 8-9 for the Renegades, 13-4 for the Defenders. And I mean, that's kind of about it that I have for the Renegade side. There's just not a lot of numbers for the teams just because it's the first season, the first completed season. What would it take for them to become 10-2, like 102? Let's write out 102. 67, 185, 166. I mean, it is going to be the 22nd day of the second month for the Hebrew religious. Just a bunch of twos across the board. That could be a reason why the defenders get their second loss for the season and become 10-2. It's both these teams' second postseason game as a team all time. That could contribute to defenders getting their second loss for the season. And yeah, I mean, that's what I have. That's about what I have for this game. It's really going to come down to so there he goes. All right. Yeah, so for the defenders, it really comes down to the coach. The coach seems like it has a lot of alignment. Reggie Barlow, 122, born on 122, 111 days since his 51st birthday. DC Defenders 51 could become 11-1 for a season record to win it all. They also summed to 57. Renegades could become 5-7. On the flip side, though, Renegades, they could become 6-6 with the win in Texas, which sums to 66. This is the XFL championship game, which sums to 314 and 89. Arlington Renegades sums to 89. They could become 8-9 for a record all time with the win, as Defenders become 13-4 for an all-time record with the loss. So you have those both narratives there. Hopefully they help. Hopefully get you started on a decode. Ask the decode that you already have. I wish you guys the best of luck on all your picks for this event. And just kind of a brief overlook, my personal record here for this season, 32 wins, 10 losses. This is the last game of the season, so I'm looking to finish with 33 wins and 10 losses is what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. We'll see. I picked every single game this season, so this is it. This is the last one. Hopefully you guys learned a lot through this season, that those of you that are on my Patreon page, because I know I didn't do a bunch of videos on this season. I did like maybe 2 at the most. But hopefully you guys learned a lot about tackling a brand new season and things to do and look for and stuff like that. So hopefully it helped. I really appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate the support. Hopefully you win all the money in the world. And I'll see you guys in the next video.